Coming up tonight on CLTV, continuous coverage of local news with weather on the ones and around-the-clock headlines on the CLTV News at 10:30. Then at 11, it's a replay of the WGN News at 9 featuring Tom Skilling's forecast. And at midnight, go inside the Chicago nightlife and entertainment scene with Metro Mix. The CLTV News at 10:30, the WGN News at 11, and Metro Mix at midnight. It's coming up tonight on CLTV. Around Chicago, around the clock. Around Chicago, around the clock, the news continues on CLTV.
Hello, I'm Monica Schneider. Topping CLTV News this half hour, 8 people are shot at a South suburban bar. The gunman still at large. An area woman of God celebrates her 100th birthday.
3, 2, 1!
And Santa comes to town via Lake Michigan. Now, CLTV weather on the ones.
For several days now, we've been able to get by with just shirt sleeves, but take a look at what happens to our temperatures as we move through the next 7 days. Another pretty nice day expected for Sunday, but there will be more clouds and perhaps a late afternoon or evening shower. Showers pick up and temperatures cool moving through the first part of the week. But of course, the big story in the next 7 is what happens toward the end of the week, with daytime highs falling into the 30s for Thursday and Friday.
A gunman walked into a South suburban bar overnight and shot 8 people. It happened at the Waterfront Pub on Crescent Drive in Burnham. The victims are all expected to survive, but police now have a manhunt on their hands. CLTV's Randy Bellosomo has the story.
Pop, pop, pop.
That's how patrons of Burnham's Waterfront Pub say it sounded this morning when a masked gunman walked in the bar and opened fire.
People are shot everywhere, in the groins, the back, the legs. It was a massacre. We had no idea what was happening.
Linda Taylor was able to dive to safety, but 8 people were hospitalized after the 4 a.m. spray at the Calumet Riverfront Bar that customers say draws a crowd of boaters.
Quiet place, real quiet. Real nice place, nice people, everything.
The bar is a very friendly atmosphere. I've never seen any problems in here. It's very family orientated. It's just a great place to come to.
I was very shocked. You know, we've been in Burnham for like 12 years here. Okay. You know, we've never heard anything like that there, you know, especially when they say he's in mask.
That mask is making it difficult for Burnham police to find a suspect because at this point there is no description.
My investigators interviewed approximately 20 customers that were inside the tavern during the shooting, and they're also interviewing the gunshot victims themselves at the respective hospitals.
The shots here last night, patrons say could have hit anyone, and they're feeling fortunate to have made it out.
Thank God that I'm alive and others were spared.
None of the injuries appear to be life-threatening. Burnham police are continuing their search for a weapon and for a suspect. In Burnham, Randy Bellosomo, CLTV News.
The death of a Chicago man who held police at bay for nearly a day has now officially been ruled a suicide. That's according to the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office following an autopsy of 21-year-old Lance Johnson. Police say that early Thursday morning, Johnson took 22-year-old Tasha Cooks hostage in her apartment located in the same Southside building where Johnson lived. About 23 hours later, Johnson apparently shot and killed Cooks, then himself. Cooks' family thinks police could have done more to save her, something the police department is disputing. 3 masked men held up a Chicago Marriott early Saturday morning. Police say they all wore ski masks and had guns. They entered the back of the Courtyard Marriott downtown located on East Hubbard Street and ran into a manager. He obliged their request for cash and they got away with an undisclosed amount of money. No one was hurt. Police are asking for the public's help in finding a missing college student. 20-year-old Jesse Ross, who attends the University of Missouri, Kansas City, was in Chicago for a Student United Nations conference this week. Police say he was last seen early Tuesday morning at the Sheraton Hotel downtown on Water Street. He was supposed to head home with his student group later that day, but didn't return to his hotel room. Ross was staying at another hotel, the 4 Points Sheraton on Rush Street. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to call police. Funeral services have now been held for 2 area women who got into an argument in suburban Evergreen Park and then were both killed in a hit and run. 21-year-old Brandy Rose and 23-year-old Brittany Sutton got out of the car they were in the 9700 block of Pulaski last Sunday to confront each other face to face. That's when police say another vehicle hit them and the driver kept going. Both women were killed and police are still looking for the driver. Rose was laid to rest Saturday. Sutton's funeral was Friday. Comedian Michael Richards has called the Reverend Jesse Jackson to apologize for his racial tirade last week. Richards, who played Kramer on the hit show Seinfeld, went off on a 3-minute rant when a couple black men started heckling him during a stand-up routine a week ago Friday. The whole thing was caught on tape. Richards repeatedly used racial slurs. Well, this past week he apologized in an interview on The Late Show with David Letterman. He's also said sorry to civil rights leaders, including Jackson and the Reverend Al Sharpton. Reverend Jackson, meantime, says he has advised Richards to see a psychiatrist to figure out why he's angry and hostile toward black people, and also to undergo race sensitivity training.
In the face of the trauma and hurt of it, we must not return hate with hate, nor degenerate into racial rage, retaliation.
Richards is scheduled to speak on Jackson's radio program to discuss the issue tomorrow morning. Interim Cook County Board President Bobby Steele has yet to fully explain her plans for leaving the county board. On Thursday, Steele did say she'd be retiring from her county board commissioner's seat right before she turns the board presidency over to Todd Stroger. That would mean she'd walk away with a $170,000 a year board president's pension rather than a commissioner's pension of $85,000 a year. Steele also said she wants her son to fill her seat on the county board, the commissioner's seat. Steele won't comment further on her decision right now, but she does have a news conference planned for next week. Jolly old St. Nick normally travels by sled, right? But that is no way for the Mr. and Mrs. to arrive at Navy Pier. CLTV's Gaynor Hall is there tonight, where the Clauses have just kicked off the holiday festivities. Gaynor?
Monica, the little ones lined up here at Navy Pier to watch Santa Claus make his grand entrance by boat. And of course, he did not disappoint, bringing with him a little bit of that magic of the holiday season. With a big bang, Santa Claus arrives in town to find out who's been naughty and who's been nice. Santa, the missus, and the head elf cruised into Navy Pier to kick off the holiday festivities with dozens of little ones.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And then Santa and his crew helped Navy Pier and the Ferris wheel come alive with thousands of dazzling lights and more fireworks. The display is sure sign that the holiday season is upon us. And even though it may not feel like winter outside, holiday cheer is in the air.
We're loving this right now. The weather is great.
What do you like about Santa so much?
Cause he brings you presents.
What do you want Santa to bring you this year?
Presents.
Now, have you been naughty or have you been nice?
Nice.
So the kids are definitely ready for the holidays, and everyone out here seems to be taking advantage of this mild weather. Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus are here at the pier until December 23rd, and of course, that's just one of the things going on around Chicago as we head into the holiday season. Reporting from Navy Pier, Gaynor Hall, CLTV News. Monica, back to you.
All right, Gaynor, thanks. A local nun has reached a major life milestone. Friends and family of Sister Esther Spikalski are helping her celebrate her 100th birthday. She entered the convent at age 18 and then taught for over 50 years at schools in Wisconsin and Indiana, as well as in the Chicago area, and she still does help out occasionally at Lourdes Convent in Chicago. And Sister Spikalski has received birthday letters from some pretty prominent folks, the Pope included, also Cardinal Francis George, the President, Senators Durbin and Obama, and a slew of other local leaders.
You can see by the number of people here that we all care that much about her, because that's how she's been. Always been a very caring, giving person, always there for us.
More than 100 friends and family showed up to Sister Spikalski's birthday party. Her actual birthday, by the way, is next Friday. Still ahead, New York police shoot 3 men overnight. One of them was to walk down the aisle later in the day. The details after the break. Also ahead, allegations that Donald Rumsfeld had actually approved abuses of Iraqi prisoners. But first, after the break, our forecast and the word on how much longer these spring-like temperatures might be sticking around. Stay tuned for CLTV weather on the ones.
Call Progressive Direct today. Operators are not standing by.
Yes, we are. We're here 24/7 to handle any car insurance need.
But you're not an operator.
Well, technically, no.
You're an intensely trained licensed professional.
Yeah. Well.
And everyone here has a chair. Look. They're seated comfortably, ready to help people save on car insurance. So like I said, call Progressive Direct today. Think easier. Think Progressive. This is an actual reenactment. Mary had just picked up her kids and was heading home to make dinner. Just then, in the blink of an eye, nothing happened. Events like this occur countless times every day, and Progressive Direct is doing something about it, giving real savings to these good drivers. In fact, good drivers who switched to Progressive saved hundreds right away. Hundreds of dollars. Come and get them. Call Progressive Direct today.
Weather on the Ones is brought to you by Osco Drug. At Osco, you can count on people who care. When the flu bug bites, when little accidents happen, when you want professional advice, there's Kate, your pharmacist at Osco, the drugstore people have counted on for over 60 years. Located right inside Jewel. So while you're doing your grocery shopping, have your prescription filled. A pharmacist like Kate will have it ready, all in one stop. Osco Drug, count on people who care.
These temperatures for November have been nothing short of amazing. We've had daytime highs in the upper 50s and low 60s for a few days, while on the East Coast, the center of a large ridge of high pressure is producing some unseasonably cool weather. In fact, there are frost advisories up for tonight in parts of South Carolina and North Georgia. While here in the Midwest, notice the cloudiness from Michigan back into Iowa and all the way down into parts of Oklahoma. Some of these clouds have been producing some passing light showers. We think that a sprinkle can't be ruled out tonight, but probably the Chicago area will be spared anything but just that sort of off and on cloudy regime. But by tomorrow, we expect those clouds will increase and thicken just a bit, and there's a better chance of seeing some passing showers tomorrow afternoon and perhaps into tomorrow evening. Much of the first half of this coming week looks rather damp with showers a possibility Monday, Tuesday, on into Wednesday. Notice this cold air. We're keeping a very close watch on this. This very chilly December temperatures are going to make their way into Chicago December 1st at or about Thursday, and that's going to drop our daytime high temperatures about 15 to 20 degrees. Notice a little system out to the west. That's producing the cloudiness that kept our temperatures below 60 across Chicago today. But this little cold front should hold off until maybe very late in the week, providing us with continued mild but somewhat soggy weather with periods of rain expected from Monday, Tuesday on into Wednesday. Some of these clouds associated with that cold air are producing some snow. There are some winter weather advisories and watches and warnings in effect for parts of Montana, Oregon, Northern California, and also the state of Washington. Our computers are painting a rather messy picture for a few days across the Chicago area. 48-hour forecast shows a few hundredths of an inch of rainfall into the area by Monday, and perhaps a little more than that up along the Wisconsin border. So you will need, in all likelihood, an umbrella off and on for a few days the beginning of next week. This is the rainfall and snowfall that has come down today across, first of all, the Midwest and again in parts of the Pacific Northwest. Chicago, of course, has been wonderfully dry. We've only had just the cloudiness to deal with, and because of that strong southwesterly wind flow, our temperatures have been remarkably comfortable. We've had a high in the upper 50s. Winds today coming out of the south and southwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. They may begin kicking up just a little tiny bit tonight. Temperatures tomorrow should be about like today's, around 58 degrees, cloudy skies, evening showers. But look at the rain. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday may be changing to flurries by Thursday.
A man who was set to be married today ended up gunned down by New York police. Sean Bell was shot 3 times, but police say he and 2 men that he was with first had hit an undercover police officer with their car and then rammed an undercover cop car twice. That's when police say officers fired over 50 shots at the vehicle Bell was in. He died. The 2 others survived and are hospitalized. Bell's group was being followed after they were allegedly overheard threatening another man at a strip club, possibly with a gun. Israel and Palestinians have agreed to a ceasefire. It ends a 5-month Israeli military offensive in the Gaza Strip that was countered by Palestinian rocket attacks. Israel launched its attacks after a soldier was kidnapped in June and then pledged not to stop until after Palestinian rocket attacks stopped. The ceasefire is to take effect at 10 p.m. our time. Well, Vice President Dick Cheney has apparently turned to Saudi Arabia's leader for help. in dealing with the continuing violence in Iraq. Cheney met with King Abdullah for a few hours, and though the U.S. Embassy isn't saying exactly what the two talked about, a Saudi official said before the meeting that Cheney was going to ask for Saudi Arabia to use its influence with Iraq's Sunni Arabs in an effort to promote peace with Iraq's Shiites and Kurds. Meantime, President Bush is scheduled to meet with Iraq's prime minister this coming week to talk about security measures. A former Army official says outgoing U.S. Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld approved prisoner abuse at the now infamous Abu Ghraib prison in Iraq. One-time U.S. Army Brigadier General Janice Karpinski told a newspaper in Spain that she saw a letter signed by Rumsfeld that allowed civilian contractors to use harsh techniques like sleep deprivation during interrogations of prisoners. That, even though, under the Geneva Conventions, no prisoners of war should suffer physical or mental torture. Karpinski, who ran Abu Ghraib until early 2004, was removed and demoted to colonel shortly after pictures emerged of prisoners being abused. A spokesman for the Pentagon, meantime, has declined to comment on her accusations. Still to come this evening here on CLTV, a strange posting on Craigslist has San Diego police looking for a person who claims to be giving away a baby. And Batavia High School's football team goes for the state championship. Could they beat the undefeated Ironmen of Normal? Find out coming up.
Tomorrow on Your Money.
The challenges of raising kids. Try taking them out to eat and pleasing the little ones who are often picky eaters and get bored sitting in one place. And there are the financial challenges like buying clothes. It seems as soon as kids grow into one size, they're off to the next. Maybe a consignment store for the little ones is the answer.
Make an investment in your financial future. Watch Your Money tomorrow morning at 10, only on CLTV.
Hey, it's our friend Bob. Looks like Bob continues to enjoy the big lift he gets from Enzyte and natural male enhancement. With over 10 million packs sold, Enzyte is firmly the #1 selling brand, bringing true natural male enhancement to men all over the world. Now you can join Bob and the millions of men who fully enjoy the benefits of Enzyte. Just call or visit Enzyte.com for a sample pack of the strongest, most powerful Enzyte formula yet. Enjoy the full, robust confidence that only Enzyte can provide. If you've ever been curious about natural male enhancement, there's never been a better time to try a sample pack of Enzyte. Visit Enzyte.com or call toll-free for a sample pack. Call right now and you'll also get 2 free packs of Enzyte Topical Rush. With an offer this big, it's enough to throw a parade. Sample packs are in stock now and shipped to you within 48 hours. Offer only good while supplies last. Limit 1 per household. Enzyte, the once daily tablet for natural male enhancement.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. Now's the perfect chance to save on a beautiful new Honda Accord, the car IntelliChoice named Best Overall Value. So whatever else you're doing this holiday season, be sure to include the Accord on your shopping list. Have your Honda dealer wrap one up for you today. It's one present you'll be very happy with. Happy Honda Days. Lease a Honda Accord for $249 a month for well-qualified customers.
Give your home the gift of new flooring and save 50%. Call Empire today during our Home for the Holidays sale. We'll bring samples of durable hardwood and easy care laminate right to your home. And we'll install your new flooring next day. You'll save 50% and make no payments till 2008. You'll even get a free turkey. So call Empire today. Give your home the gift of new flooring and save 50% now.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. CLTV, around Chicago, around the clock.
A freelance cartoonist who entered the Miami Herald building with a fake gun is now sitting in jail. A judge has ordered 50-year-old Jose Varela to be held on $22,000 bond for Friday's stunt. Police say he was upset about the new direction the paper's taking, and that's why he walked in with the gun, demanding to see the editor. After a 2-hour standoff, Varela surrendered to police. He is charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault with a firearm. San Diego police are trying to track down the person who advertised a free baby on the popular website Craigslist. The posting showed up Thursday. It said, "Free baby boy to good home. My ex-girlfriend had him a few weeks ago, but now he just sits in my closet and cries." A number of site users called police with concerns, and now investigators are trying to determine if the ad, which has been removed, was real or if it was a hoax. which even if it is the latter case, the person who posted it could still face criminal charges. In the Christmas controversy department, Urban Outfitters stores are selling handgun-shaped Christmas ornaments this year. It's led one group to call for a boycott of the trendy chain unless the ornaments are dropped. Men United for a Better Philadelphia wants to keep the ornaments out of that city and its bullet-infested neighborhoods, saying guns on Christmas trees isn't proper as they're only made to kill. So far, no word from Urban Outfitters, which has touted the gun ornaments as a, quote, ironic twist on holiday decorations. For anyone putting up a Christmas tree, fire officials have some tips to make sure it doesn't become a fire hazard. The state fire marshal says Christmas trees should be at least 3 feet away from any heat source, and live trees really do need to be watered regularly. Candles should never go in windows as they could ignite curtains, plus they should never be left unattended. And holiday lights and electrical decorations should all be turned off before going to bed or leaving the house. Also, don't overload extension cords or mount lights in ways that could damage the electrical cord's wire insulation. Members of the women's soccer team at Wheaton College are now national champions after beating the College of New Jersey 2-0. This is the second Division III national championship for Wheaton's Thunder in 3 years. Meantime, Wheaton's men's soccer team also played in the championship game, but fell to Messiah 3-0. And that does mark the end of an era for Wheaton's men's coach Joe Bean. He is retiring after 45 years of coaching college soccer. Bean has won more games than any other soccer coach in the history of the NCAA at just over 600. Well, Batavia High School's football team has come back to the western suburbs without a state championship, but in the history books nonetheless. The Bulldogs took on the Ironmen of Normal Community High for the Class 6A championship down in Champaign. The Ironmen proved too much for Batavia's Bulldogs, who lost 30-20, but it is still a season for the record books in Batavia, as this is the first time a team there has won 12 games in a season. The Bulldogs ended up 12-2. The last and only Batavia state title in any sport was a boys basketball championship back in 1912.
Just about sunrise this morning, our temperatures across the Chicago area were in the 30s. But thanks to a rather cloudy period, we're expecting our date or overnight lows to only fall into the low 40s. Winds will continue out of the southwest, about 5 to 15 miles per hour overnight. But we expect that during the day tomorrow, those wind speeds may in fact be increasing just a little as the clouds thicken, producing showers by tomorrow evening.
Do you or someone you love make too many trips to the bathroom? Suffer from urgency that is hard to control? Find it difficult to start and stop? Get up more than once a night? Worse yet, is a diminished sex drive destroying your life? If you answered yes to more than one of those questions, you are probably one of the 30 million men who suffer from an enlarged prostate. As men age, the prostate naturally grows, squeezing the urinary tract, restricting urine flow. But you don't have to suffer anymore. Introducing Prosvent, the all-natural solution guaranteed to give you relief in less than 30 days.
The rest, you get at night, was great. I didn't have to get up.
I experienced within the first 2 to 3 days a significant change.
It's just a little pill that I just take, and it makes a big difference.
It's like my youth. I feel great.
Prosvent is a unique combination of all natural substances with long histories of reducing overnight urination, lessening urgency, improving urinary flow, helping return men to comfortable, happy lives, and no side effects. So what's getting back your life worth to you? A 1-month supply is only $39.95, but you won't pay that. Call now and we'll let you try Prosvent for 30 days for free. You pay only shipping and processing. And we'll also include a free 30-day supply of Pro Vigor, the powerful all-natural formula for those intimate moments. Pick up the phone and order now to try Prosvent free for a full 30 days. Just imagine not having to worry about always going to the bathroom or finally getting a good night's sleep. It's possible with Prosvent. And remember, if Prosvent doesn't do everything we promised, just return the unused portion and you will never be charged. Call now to try Prosvent for 30 days. All you pay is shipping and processing.
Continuous coverage of Chicago's weather. CLTV Weather on the Ones.
Wish you could shop for a living?
Check out a career in fashion merchandising. Call International Academy of Design and Technology now. You can study the hot trends in fashion and the business skills you need to make it in fashion merchandising. You could land a career as a fashion buyer for department stores, specialty stores, or even your own boutique. Call for a free brochure. Operators are standing by. Call 888-262-8800. That's 888-262-8800.
Looks like the holiday shopping season's managed to get off to a good start for most retailers, except Walmart. Day after Thanksgiving, sales were strong, according to ShopperTrack, a national research group that tracks sales at mall-based stores. It's reporting Black Friday sales of nearly $9 billion, up 6% from the same time last year. One big exception, though, is Walmart, which is expecting its sales numbers to be even worse than it anticipated, with a poor November showing overall. With millions of Americans right now, or soon to be, shopping for holiday gifts, retailers are watching to see what shoppers want. And as Ali Velshi reports, candid cameras may hold the key to finding out what makes those shoppers tick.
Smile, you're on consumer behavior camera. No surprise that you'll likely be videotaped while holiday shopping, but it's not all for security. Some of it is for market research. Retailers are tracking you to learn how you shop.
Where shoppers are spending time, what is grabbing their attention, are they having to wait too long for customer service at different points?
Consumer behavior analysis. It's part observation, part science, part technology, and a bit of psychology. Rajiv Sharma's software turns images of customers working their way through stores into hard data, allowing retailers to take fast action if things aren't working out.
You can move around the merchandise at the position of products, so that it creates the right sequence and right products in front of the right people in the right time.
With the holiday shopping crunch, retailers know their customers have short fuses, and crowd hassles don't help.
And you can create this kind of maps, the hot spots and the cold spots. These are extremely important because there's no number. By just looking at this color-coded map, you can see which portion of the store is receiving more attention.
And that helps retailers decide where to place display units.
After browsing, decided to interact with it, as in read labels or experience it more. And finally, of course, what every product and retailer, product manufacturer and retailer wanted, you drop into your basket.
But it's not all creative marketing. Traffic jams at checkout are often the biggest problem.
What this shows is a line forming, and something that you're very familiar with in this season.
Best Buy is using its own research to try to shorten those lines.
We now deploy a queuing system in our stores, where all customers, they wait in a queue, and we have somebody there directing traffic so you don't get caught in the wrong line, which drives people crazy.
Ali Velshi, CNN, New York.
Carriage rides, a German Santa Claus, and all the holiday gifts you could imagine. And did we mention a little music? All part of Schaumburg's 9th annual Chris Kindle Markt, featuring ethnic and domestic crafts, holiday gifts, food, and lots more.
We have a variety of crafters to buy that unique gift for that special someone that you won't find at the mall.
Chris Kindle's Market was awesome. This is about the 5th time I've been here, and it's been this is a nice experience.
The market and more runs through Sunday. And that wraps up this half hour. Coming up next, Metro Mix Weekend. I'll see you back here in another half hour from now.